3 reasons most relationships fail. So by the end of this audio, you're going to know 3 easy reasons why relationships fail. And when you know why these relationships fail, you'll find that it's so much easier to all of a sudden have successful relationships. So that's what we're really going to learn here. And you're going to have ways to easily implement this. My name is Alex Morgan, and I help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams, and your thinking so you can have success. And success is here, and you might as well be ready for it. And one of the easiest ways to be ready for it is to understand what you can do to create better relationships. Now, I talked about relationships a lot on the video before this that I posted a podcast episode on this channel, so make sure to also listen to that if you want more insights on this. So there's 3 big reasons that most relationships fail. So when I'm working with people, and let's say it's 2 people in a personal or professional relationship, this doesn't mean that it's only personal relationships. So if you think about it, the first thing that you want to consider before even knowing these reasons is the relationship worth saving? Because if you're going to put in the effort, if you're going to have the right attitude about the relationship, you need to think, is it worth saving? And that's not only worth saving on your end, because relationships, they're not 50-50. They're 100-100. If you're both not putting in, or however many people are in this relationship, if it's in a business or something else, if everyone's not putting in 100%, it's really going to be hard to have a fulfilling and satisfying relationship, isn't it? So the first reason that most relationships fail is there's a misalignment on the values. So what are values? Values are what is important to you. You're going to put time, money, energy, effort, your thoughts, your feelings, all your resources you're going to put into achieving your values. So if you're in a relationship and you're so aligned with certain values and the other people, they could care less about those values, it's going to be hard to be really aligned on certain things. So usually in relationships, you should share some kind of common values. This happens a lot in companies, for example, in businesses. They have values. If I were to go in and help a company create values, we may start with the CEO and see what he or she thinks the values should be, and then talk to other people on the leadership team what they think the values should be, and then get them all in a meeting to align what these values are, because if they're all going towards common motivation, values are also what motivates you. So if you're motivated by the same thing, don't you think that relationship would seem so much easier? So if you're in a personal relationship, you can simply ask the other person, what's important to you about this relationship? And think of some results that you want to achieve in this relationship. So you can ask them what's important to you about the relationship. They can ask you what's important to you in the relationship. And then let your mind empty out a few times. Write down all the words. The values are okay if they're just one single word. And then when you have them all written down, rank them from first to last. Really, what matters is the top 4 to 6. Those are going to be the ones you're most motivated. And rank those together so you're going towards common goals. Because a lot of values are unconscious. You may not really think what's so important to you. You may know certain things. Let's say you're in a personal relationship and trust is really important. You probably know this off the top of your head. But how important is it to that other person? And how important is it to both of you together going after trust? Because if that was so important to each person and that's where your motivation went to and your resources, your time, and your thinking went to trust, I'm sure you'd have a really trusting relationship. So that's the first reason. The second reason is unfulfilled strategies. So what is a strategy? We have a strategy for every single thing that we do. Sleeping, eating, walking, breathing, work, going to the gym, being with our partner, whatever it is. We have strategies in everything. Doing household chores or habits. Strategies are basically certain sounds feelings and pictures that you have in your mind or certain self-talk, that if you do those in a certain way, they lead to a specific outcome. So this is why you keep getting consistent results a lot of the times, because strategies lead to specific results for you and for other people. So if you like things a certain way and you have a personal or professional relationship with another person and they like things in a totally different way, don't you think this would be beneficial to know? Because then you could deliver the communication, you could deliver whatever it is to that person in their strategy, and they could deliver everything to you in your strategy. Now, I'm not saying you have to sit here and lay out every single strategy that you have for every single thing. What you need to do, though, is have open communication and really practice on communicating things to people, your needs, and tell people how you want it. Because if they don't know, people are going to probably deliver that how they want it, because they're not thinking so flexibly of how you want something. So if strategies are not being fulfilled, it's difficult to maintain a really balanced, stable, secure, safe, trusting relationship, because that person is pushing their beliefs, their values, their strategies on you. So tell the other person how you want it. And the third reason that a lot of relationships fail is negative anchors. So what does this mean? Well, think back to a relationship that you had. A lot of people say this is maybe the honeymoon phase. You meet someone, everything is fantastic. And over time, you start noticing different behaviors this person has, different habits, different things that they do, different things that they say, how they have relationships with their friends, their family, or this can even be in business. You start off with tons of trust, and then you start to notice things, and it maybe erodes that trust a bit. And all of a sudden, you start to get a negative feeling, a negative anchor about something. So if you have this built-up negativity, this resentment, or whatever feeling it is, along with this person, when you see them, when you hear them, when you notice these behaviors, when they do things, it's going to be really hard to react to them in a really positive, fulfilling, happy way where you want to fulfill all their strategies and be aligned in your values if you have negative feelings toward this person. So the good thing is you can actually get rid of these negative anchors by thinking about all the things that you like about this person. Think of all the good times you had with this person in the relationship. Because a lot of people, let's say that you fell in love with someone and you fell in love with all these wonderful things, and over time your mind naturally might go towards the more negative things about them. What if you spent not every single day, but what if you spent some time every day thinking about the wonderful feelings that this person has you feeling, or the things that you love about this person? Don't you think that this would change your perspective? So if you spend time every day sinking into those feelings, what if you looked at the relationship from a lens of joy or love or peace or calmness, togetherness, whatever feeling that you want to see through, instead of this negative feeling, this negative anchor that was created? You could have a better relationship, couldn't you? So I hope this helps. The three things here, the misalignment of values, unfulfilled strategies, and negative anchors, you can easily change all these with the things that I mentioned in this audio. If you want to build really good relationships with people, spend time being really curious about other people and creating those relationships and that connection, and being curious about their values, their strategies, and what they expect from the relationship, and listen and implement these things. Definitely share this with someone who you think will benefit. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the audio and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing lately. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.